Learning disabilities, the role of an SLP. The delay in a child's communication could be identified as a significant difference between how they and their peers approach communication. In other words, if a child is visibly struggling with their speech, they can be considered having a problem, but one should never underestimate the influence of the presence of older siblings, as children with older sisters and brothers tend to be more advanced in terms of speech and language. Below, there is a general outline of speech and language development divided into several essential stages. Up to 3 months, makes vocal sounds and cries when experiencing discomfort. 3 to 6 months, responds with sounds when someone is talking to them, utilizes vocal sounds to attract attention. 6 to 12 months, utilizes babbling, go-go, ba-ba, mama, dada, to communicate with older children and parents. 12 to 15 months, makes recognizable speech sounds, knows up to 10 distinct words. 15 to 18 months, utilizes at least 20 words, even if not pronounced correctly, constantly babbles, tries to repeat everything after parents, starts using intonations and voice tones to convey the message. 18 months to 2 years, uses speech sounds, starts putting words into basic 3-word sentences, has a vocabulary of approximately 50 words. From 2 to 3 years, utilizes pronouns correctly, knows at least 300 words and descriptively uses them, has no problem connecting 4 to 5 words into a coherent sentence. Speech disorders mostly occur when there are evident issues with communication that touch upon the child's capability of maintaining oral motor functions and forming words appropriately. There's a vast number of measurements that could establish the presence of a speech disorder, from a child not being able to understand language to severe motor dysfunctions averting them from eating or speaking healthily. As for the causes of speech disorders, some of the most prevalent issues include brain injuries, hearing loss, or the external environment. It may also be stated that there are plenty of cases where the cause of speech disorders in children cannot be identified at all. When there is a speech disorder involved, the child will be most likely to run into difficulties associated with the capability of generating sounds and words or even maintaining their voice. For the most part, the quality of a child's voice could be evaluated with the help of recurrent interruptions in the rhythm of their speech, meaning that they tend to stutter relentlessly. A language disorder is a problem that affects the ability of a child to process and understand verbal data received from the external environment. For example, when any kind of information is presented to a child with a speech-language disorder, they will be most likely to suffer from the inability to comprehend or remember that data. This aspect of a child's development may lead to them struggling with adhering to parents' and teachers' expectations as well. Even when these children are given instructions, it will be problematic for them to keep up with the general pace because they would not follow the pattern and forget the directions rather quickly. To minimize the effect of the speech-language disorder, teachers and parents might be interested in providing additional instructions for these specific children, with extra steps and written concepts to help these children navigate through the assignment. On the other hand, it may be important to pay attention to this disorder because it could affect a child's capability of reading and spelling as well. The link between reading and verbal skills is also mentioned by Wren et al., who claim that the associations between letters and sounds are the cornerstones for successful learning and personality development. Speech-language pathologists, SLPs, represent a rather crucial cohort of health specialists who tend to design therapies and implement additional treatments to help children overcome their particular speech disorders. The essential task that they have to complete when working with problematic children is they have to improve their phonological awareness and ensure that the child realizes how they should decode and read words. The identification of sounds and utilization of basic rhyming schemes could be helpful. With children becoming more successful in terms of expressing intricate ideas, the SLP might start motivating them to use longer sentences and words that are more complex. Specific attention is also paid to inferences that could help the child grasp the core ideas included in the text and realize the meaning of every word and sentence. The assistance provided by SLPs is essential because they contributes to an increased vocabulary and helps the child build a stronger basis for listening, reading, and speaking capabilities. According to Harden-Jones et al., the best way to achieve positive outcomes, in this case, would be to play vocabulary games and implement role-playing story retelling to make it easier for the child to follow the plot and memorize essential ideas. Over time, the SLP might also start paying more attention to reading comprehension and link a certain topic to what is written in the book. This is necessary to enhance the child's social communication skills and engage them in a healthy conversation. Therefore, the role of an SLP cannot be overlooked or underestimated because of the need to address the speech-language disorder promptly.